Hey, what up, YouTube? Jeff coming at you with another automotive tech tip for you cheap guys out there like me. I'm sitting here, I'm rebuilding my carb for my 1951 Hudson Hornet. It's a 2-barrel Carter carb, and it's pretty much shot. I've had to clean out the whole thing and stuff, and the accelerator pump's starting to go on it, but I'm just trying to do a quick little at-home rebuild, just to, get the car up and running, see where it's at and stuff before I really spend a lot of money and stuff. So right off the bat, I'm going cheap. I don't want to order a carb kit from the States and stuff. I don't want to waste, $100. Some of you guys might hate me for that, but, just trying to get this car running. Hasn't been run since 1969, and some upcoming videos, I'll show you the Hudson outside and stuff, and maybe we'll get that Flathead 6 up and going. But for right now, like I said, just trying to clean this carb out. Got everything all cleaned and stuff. It's been soaking in a mixture of pine sol, believe it or not, which works really well. But my gaskets are shot. So, they're really small gaskets. Really, really tiny gaskets. They're super brittle, they're super compressed, and there's no life left to them at all. So I wanted to show you guys a little trick that I had learned, and by using any type of cardboard, like from a cereal box, this is from my kids' like granola bar box and stuff like that, and by getting a hollow punch set. I got these from Princess Auto. Just a 6-piece hollow punch set. I was able to replicate some gaskets. So here's one of the main for the valve body here. Okay, and you can see it's completely split. There's a lot of holes here. Some of them for bolts, some of them for different little, I don't even know what they are, accelerator pumps, and some brass needles that we got here and stuff. So I was able to trace out the gasket, and what I did first was I took my punch and I did all the holes first, and then I started cutting out the inside. And what I learned from previous one, I tried this last year, just doing it with an Olfa knife, and I didn't have a punch set. So they came out really rough. Actually, no, this is the good one. Where's the other one? You can see the holes. The holes are really small compared to, say, the new one I just did. You can see the difference in holes right there. Okay, and this one, last time I cut the outside first, and then I went and cut the inside, which was really hard because then the gasket was already very narrow, and that caused that one to split. So that was a failure right off the bat. So this time around, I cut out the inside first, or pardon me, I did the holes first, which gave me very nice clean holes. Then I cut the inside of the gasket out. Then I went around and cut the outside of the gasket out. So there's the old one, and mind you, they're not going to be perfect because they're a little thicker and stuff, a little wider. But for $6 punch set and some recyclable cardboard, I was able to get a gasket. So this one, like I said, I already got the inside cut out. Let's grab a pair of nice sharp scissors. Makes going around the outside a little easier. Sometimes easier just to cut off the excess first. Go around. Then you can go ahead and just start trimming out your free gasket. You gotta be careful when you're coming close to the holes. You don't want to cut too much and go right through a hole. But, like I said, the materials are free. And the punch set was literally $6 at Princess Auto. So, if you screw up a couple times like I already have, it's not going to break the bank. You just keep repeating, trying out different processes. Like I said, you know, at first I started by cutting the outside out, and then I focused on the holes in the inside, and that was just an absolute disaster. So this time I started with the holes first, then I cut out the inside, and now I've retraced everything, and I'm going to cut out the outside, and, you know, I think I'm getting close. And like I said, these gaskets aren't going to be perfect, but they're better than the gaskets that were in the car from 1951, and the car hasn't ran since 69, so first time I went to flash it up, gas just puked out everywhere, and so, you know, depending on where they are in the body of the carb, like I have a gasket already in here, and you can see small little trace amounts of the gasket where it was hard to really trace the contours of these two bores. You know, may that affect flow and stuff and lose a bit of performance? Yeah, probably, but you know, this is a 1951 Hudson Hornet, and I'm not going for performance at the moment. I'm just going for trying to get this car running on a cheap guy budget, right? So I'm going to do a bit more cutting here and see if we can get this one gasket done, and just show you that, you know, it's not taking a lot of time. I don't have all the skills in the world, you know. Definitely don't have any money because my wife doesn't let me have any because we got 2 kids. But I do have tools. I do have a little basement that I've turned into a shop. And let's see. I should have grabbed even a smaller pair of scissors. Would probably help when getting into the tighter areas of the gaskets, if it's like mine where there's a lot of bends and stuff. Smaller scissors would probably help out a lot. But I'm doing a YouTube video right now, and I'm not about to walk upstairs and steal my wife's scissors, because then I'll probably be sleeping on the couch for the night. So, like I said, always making do with what we got. And when you come to a corner here, you know, where you've got everything cut out, be careful not just to try and pull that last piece, because you're liable to just break the gasket right there. I've learned that. So what I do is I sort of twist. That's hard to see, not the best camera angle, but you know, there you go. So we got the makings of a gasket happening here. And literally, I'm almost done. And you can keep comparing to your old gasket set, and if you need to trim a little bit more, you can do so. And like I said, if you bolt it back together and, you know, the car's really bogging down, it's got no performance whatsoever, and you suspect that, you know, your gaskets are too big and stuff, and it's affecting the flow rate and stuff, well then you go ahead and you do it again. But by then you've got the car running and stuff, and you know that you can waste a bit of money. Maybe you go ahead and buy a gasket set after that. But I tell you, with these Carter 2 barrels and stuff, I'm not finding a gasket kit at my Napa Auto Parts or Auto Value and stuff. I'm gonna have to order one. And literally, the car hasn't ran since 1969, so you know, there could be a bad rod bearing. You know, there could be some knocking going on. You know, last week I just realized that the number 1 cylinder has 0 compression because one of the valves is stuck open. So, you know, I don't want to fire a whole bunch of money and, you know, maybe have to pull the motor out later and stuff and rebuild the whole thing. Right now I'm just focused on getting it going and seeing where I'm at from there. So, there we go. There's my gasket to replicate the other gasket. And all it did was cost me $6. And like I said, with these carbs, I wish I would have took some pictures beforehand for you guys. I just starting to do these YouTube videos. This carb was really dirty. There was gunk throughout everything on it. Last summer when I got the car, I even took the carb out and stuff, and I had it in Varsol, cleaning it, parts washer and stuff, and it came pretty clean. But I decided over the winter to do it again. And I learned on the internet, obviously, of soaking it in Pine Sol. So I did that. I soaked it for 24 hours, and when I came back the next day, you couldn't even see inside the Pine Sol. There was no clarity whatsoever. It was so murky. It had lifted up so much dirt from this carb that I couldn't get with Varsol, and I was amazed. So, Pine Sol, cardboard box, $6 hole punch set, couple of Wolfa blades, and I'm going to start slapping this carb back tonight, and I'll catch you guys for another YouTube video next time. Peace.